Hey, this is Jeremy Protz, and welcome to Meet the Gaffer.
Here I am in traffic, fighting my way back home on a holiday weekend. So I thought, let's do a travel talk. Today's topic is hiring agencies. So those kinds of companies that you can call if you need a crew in a different city where you don't know anybody. You give them a call and they line up folks that will fill the positions that you need. I'm thinking of companies like Team People, Crew Connection, and a company that I've worked for recently, Assignment Desk. And, you know, it's just another way of getting work. So somehow you get on their list and away you go. Now, it's a little different than being called by a producer who then sort of takes responsibility, shows up, and tells you where to park, how to get into a building, all those kinds of things. Some of those aspects of producing that you may be used to may not happen.
You know, I got the call time, where to be, the location, but like one thing that makes it a little easier for me or for crew is like where you should go park and how you should enter the building. So we're in a pretty nice building where the security people don't want a cart on their, you know, showroom, or I don't know what you call it, the lobby. So I had to go around the building, but I couldn't just go around it. I had to go 2 blocks, or 2 block length with all my gear, which is fine, but it just sets back my arrival time. So I showed up a little late, but you know, just a little bit of detail is always nice to have.
You sort of get hooked up with folks that want your services. You talk to them, they're going to be flying in. They may not have time to do a scout, and so you're all sort of showing up and figuring it out on the day, and which is totally fine. It's just good to know that going in. So this past week, we were given the location. It was downtown San Francisco, which floor, and that's it. So you find your own parking, and then you find your own way of loading in. And as it turned out, I used one of those apps, you know, it's like called Parking Hero or something, and got my parking space ahead of time, a few doors down, and then loaded up a hamper, CRV. Yeah, I wasn't going to be bringing a 2-ton truck to a shoot where nothing was figured out ahead of time. So, small package, worked with the DP to figure out, you know, what we could work with, loaded it up, and then got that parking spot and kind of rolled around with a hamper out on the streets of San Francisco. And, you know, went a block, got to the building, the front desk folks came out to meet me, you know, before I got to the front door and said, you're not coming in here. You have to go around the block again and go to the loading dock. Okay, that would have been good information ahead of time. Anyway, you know, we got in, got up to the floor, and we set up, and we had a wonderful day. It was a short day, and you know, knocked off a series of interviews, and we had an opportunity to talk about hiring agencies. You know, what's your feelings about those?
My name is Matt Thomas. I'm a DP from Indiana, and we're here in San Francisco on an interview shoot today.
My name is Jeremy Protz, and I am a location sound recordist in the San Francisco Bay Area.
So I got a call about 3 days ago that said, hey, we need to do a full day of interviews in San Francisco, other side of the country. Not familiar with anybody in town. So kind of like went white-faced and said, yeah, let's try and make it happen. Started Googling immediately, San Francisco crew, and Assignment Desk was one of the first things that came up. Honestly thought it was a production company with how they kind of handled it. Got a really hands-on experience from one of the account people there. that put me in touch with a few freelancers in the area.
So the assignment desk has been kind of new, but they've been great. I don't have anything negative to say.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever used assignment desk. It was awesome experience right out of the gate. The hands-on ability with the account management was great, super responsive, and there was, I think it's like 24/7, 365 access was just super comforting when I'm trying to book this on a Saturday for a few days from now. They put everybody in touch really quick. It was great, super easy. Even had phone calls with the freelancers ahead of time just to kind of talk through sort of the vibe we were going for, and everything's just been so easy to be able to plan a shoot on the other side of the country with only a few days notice. I mean, it's been a dream so far until I get the invoice.
Now, the main thing I think with a hiring agency is that you get hooked up with the actual people that you're going to be working with. That's important. If you're just getting the information from the third party, the agency, that's usually not enough information. Even if everybody is coming to the location for the first time, it's good to suss out that you are on the same page with the folks that you're going to be working with on location. And so that way, you know, at least what you show up with is what they expect, and everything's groovy.
So yeah, we found this location. It's one of the maternity rooms at the location that we're at. It's a nice little private, cozy, home-styled place. It's got a really cool vibe to it. And me and Luke, the gaffer that came through from assignment desks, just saw it and immediately kind of went to that like Wes Anderson vibe. It's got a really cool sort of symmetrical layout to it, and a nice little practical vibe with the lights that are already existing, right? So we were like, oh man, all we really need to do is just throw up one light and just kind of roll with what's already here, and try and shape the existing setup.
Awesome.
It's all good. Just know that if you're working with a hiring agency, you might have to deal with some of your own logistics. Have fun out there, and we'll see you again next time.